my tablet, but no big deal. We really don't need it. It's usually just a music thing. So we got to test everything. We'll launch. So that there. We're good. This is my dock line. Put my dock line on. Didn't even use it the other day. Yeah, you know. We are going to go for a big one today and trying some new baits. Some ones I just painted. You'll see them in a little bit. Make sure my fish finder's on. It is. I already checked the engine. We're good. So this is what we're trying. So we got some new baits I just painted. Wake baits. I think this is more of a shallow dive. This is a really good wake bait. This black and purple worked really, really well. Went with, this is a sort of a shiner. Again, another wake bait. And I finally made some new whopper plopper poppers. Those are mostly, that is mostly for the smallmouth bass. But we are trying a new 7.5 Beast. Beast is a shad color I painted. So that's what we're going to fish with today. I painted a rainbow trout one, which I may or may not use. But if I miss a hit or two, then we'll just have to. Let's swap this one out. I want to swap out for one of my new baits. I really want to try out one that I think is a shallow dive. It's supposed to be a wake bait, but it's not. I don't think it's not the way the bill is. We're going to swap this guy out for this guy, one of my best paint patterns. So this yellow and black spot, sort of a German brown design, is my go-to. Huh?
You gonna go drive those bass crazy?
You know what, Chuck? See this bait? Look at that. That thing's killing it right now.
Really?
I am getting huge bass on it.
Wow.
Yeah, it
Nice.
is the most, and it's a wake bait. So this one stays on top of the water. You gotta watch out for the ostrich because they think it's a real fish.
Right.
But that
Feels good. Is that one of yours?
Yeah, I just painted this one. I've been using a green one, and I also just painted another one that looks like a rainbow trout. So
Nice.
going for some big ones on the west side today.
Good.
You guys have, I know where you'll be.
Yep. You know where to find me.
Gonna be a fun day, Chuck.
Lake is beautiful.
It is perfect today. Really perfect. All right. Let's launch, guys. We're good to launch. Good to launch. A little wobbly, but that's all right. Here we go. Here we got this right. Get the transducer down. Start catching some bass. All right. So let's try this new bait. I want to see what it does in the water. So, because I don't think this bill is what it's advertised to do. When I put it on, it was like it's got more of a downward angle, and I'm gonna reel it in real slow. Just want to see what it looks like. It is a sub. This one's going to dive about 2 feet. This is just subsurface, maybe 2 to 4 feet. This is a typical square bill. Looks really good in the water, though. Looks really good in the water. So this is a 2 to 4 foot dive. It actually, when I bought the blank, it said wake bait. This one's not a wake bait. So we are. So I'm trying on a new product. Now, look for a review next week. These are rubber boots, waterproof boots, rubber and neoprene. They're extremely comfortable. Really, really comfortable boots. And it's made by a company called Kalkal, Kalkal. I wore them all day yesterday, and my feet didn't sweat. Like I said, maybe because I've never tried rubber boots, but they're really comfortable. Why do we have hard soles? These things are awesome. And you're going to see a nice review. I was going to do it today, record it today. We'll record it tomorrow because my son, he's got to record me, with it. And just going real slow around this area because there are some good sized bass under the docks. So I like to hit them a little bit on the way out, see if I can get a decent one. We'll just see what we can do here, huh? Didn't get a quick hit on a good one. Let's see. Let me see if I can read anything on here if anybody's on yet. Hey, fishing and fun. Good morning to you, man. Good morning to you. Oh, great cats. Come on. Good morning. So we're going to hit some smallmouth bass on the way over to my lunker spots. And like I said, this bait right here is quite interesting. It's reacting just like a typical square bill. And 2 to 4 foot dive. It's not the wake bait I thought I was getting, but I did paint it my best paint scheme for a smaller bait, finesse bait. So now we're coming over to the smallmouth area here. This is sort of right at the corner of this dock mixes our smallies and our largemouth. And everything's hitting top water for the most part. So I might just, change out this square bill for one of my tops. I do have, I got a lipless. I got a largemouth. I do have, we could go with that whopper plopper. I like that rod too. Remember, I broke that rod out because I broke a rod last week. I'm waiting for a replacement. Actually, I have 2 rods coming, one replacement, one a new brand, a Loomis edge rod. So never used one of those. It'll be interesting. It'll take a month to get. What do we got temperature wise? We've got 70-degree water, give or take a point. So yeah, good water temperature for top water. We only got only about 55 degrees outside right now, ambient. Really perfect day right now. Like to catch something on this lure real quick though. Break it in. Feels good though. It's got good action. I can feel it. The tip is just vibrating like crazy on it. Really tells me good stuff about the bait itself. So it's a new blank, like I said. We're going to swap it out now. We're going to go with one of my tops. I really want to try this other top water. Been a while since I fished with it. And so we're going to give this a shot. I like this one though. I mean, it's an interesting square bill. It's unlike my other square bills, but it feels really good. Good action in the water. But we're going to go with this one. It's got a really loud knocker in it. I went with transparent paint because it is a foiled, it has a foil on it in it. So it really does have a lot of reflection in this particular bait. And so I wanted to keep that. I didn't want to paint over it. All right. Good, good. Yeah, perfect. All right. So right along these rocks, I usually get a hit or two. So again, these are smallmouth bass over here. My guess about a 1 pounder we might catch with this one. So we're just going to toss it over there, right next to the. We're just going to pull this thing up. So we are working that ledge right there. This is all top water. There's a wake bait. I love the action of this wake bait. Usually I get a hit within 10 feet. We are sitting, if there's any, right there. So some of you know that's been with me for a while that when I bought this boat, I put a Newport engine on it, Newport trolling motor, and it failed a couple months into it. So I broke apart the Newport. I haven't been way. The motor seal broke, and the motor filled up with water. So I sent a bunch of pictures of it over to Newport, still under warranty. So we're going to see how the customer service is if they honor their products, their their manufacturing designs, because it obviously had an issue. You don't put water in the trolling motor compartment unless usually, I mean, not usually, but they can be over here. So we're going to go over to the green gazebo because that's where I always get a hit. And this thing just stays on top of the water too. It's a great wake bait. Really good blank. I'm going to paint more of these in that yellow design this week. I've already got them up on the workbench. So then we're going to make our way to the west shore, and then the north part of Aspen here, where I usually will get some big hits, some big blow-ups. So you're just going to, you just got to put your bait in. You just got to keep a line in there. You have a line in? Okay. Don't want to go over it. I just started. I will when we get to the green gazebo. That's where the smallmouths start hitting. Sometimes I get one or two over here, but there might be one over there in the cover. So we're going to give that a shot. But they're hitting top water right now, all the smallmouth. So this is all smallmouth right here. And then I'll go make my way to the other side and catch some largemouth. So, but yeah, I usually catch about a dozen on the way up, and work my way back down that side. This big giant one, that's for the largemouths. Yeah, they hit that, and they're fun. But nothing fights better than a smallmouth. Nothing fights better. But pound for pound, these guys, you can catch 1 pounder, it feel like a 3 pound largemouth. And this is an ultralight, so it feels big on this rod. I love fishing my ultralights with my smallmouth. It's all about the fun. But yeah, they'll just break surface on this bait. Yep. Usually in about 10 feet after it drops. They usually hit it. Like I said, around the docks, I don't really do really good for around this area. Usually starts right there along that bush line. And I cast about 1 foot offshore, and in about 10 feet, they hit it. Smallmouths like rocky bottom. That's why they're over here. I don't catch too many largemouths over here. The trout are deep. The water's 70 degrees right now. So trout don't like warm water. Could have got a fish by now if one was there. Huh? Off to the green gazebo I go. Take care, bud. Oh, God, you are just working this. I mean, you just don't know where the fish are, so we're just gonna work the shore here, and you might just catch a lunker, along the shoreline here. And we're gonna play with my new beasts baits too on the other side of the lake. Um, and got new designs, new paint, and we're going to give those a shot. If we can't fool those fish a little bit. You just cast it right along the shoreline there. Believe it or not, there's fish. I just love when there's swimmers or people wading in the water and get fish right next to them. I'll cast right next to them too. All right, getting to the green gazebo. Usually a nice little marker. This is a new paint job on this proven lure, so I want to see what it does. Right along that vegetation. You don't have to be along vegetation. I got them on open beaches too. Right now, you want to get out here before all the tourists come, all the guests come, and they start splashing and playing and yelling and screaming. Not that bass mind that too much, but they freak out when I cast right next to them. Come on, get it. Oh, oh, there we go. There we go. He's just a baby though. All right, that was a largemouth. Just little baby largemouth. Just a little baby though. Call that a dink. A dink. There's a lot of those because we had such a late spawn this year. See, that boat's tied up right on a really good spot. So man, I hate them. But it does give cover. So they put inflatables in a fishing area. It's not too bright. I mean, I'm a pretty good caster, but there's some that might land a bait on that thing. And oh well, that looks expensive. This is a big giant thing. This float is right where I want to be. Get some in the water, going around the bow of that boat. So hopefully, you know, Newport will replace their engine. That engine's ruined. I did not do it. It was just a bad seal. It's running right along that coast. Along get you a better angle. I know I repeat myself a lot, but I never know who tunes in for the first time or not. So I'm going to repeat myself and excuse me for my regular viewers. The reason you fish along the shoreline from a boat and it's more successful than on a bank, um, fish are ambush predators. They like to get below their prey and then sneak up on them from underneath. So as your bait moves from shallow to deep, the fish, if there's any, they'll see an opportunity. Now, when you're fishing from the bank, you're not really giving the predatory instinct a chance as much as you do from a boat, because unless there's a divot and they're hiding out in there, and your bait comes over the top, it's not as big of a opportunity for that fish. So boat fishing actually does a better job than bank fishing. Good morning. How y'all doing? Good. Oh, it feels great. Water's 70 degrees. It's warmer in the water than it is out here. Yeah. Yeah, it's 70 degrees according to my fish finder. And it'll get to like 74 today. Yeah, the bass love it. I just started. I caught only one largemouth so far. This is all smallmouth usually, so we'll see if one pops out of the water right now and catch one. Come on. There you go. Water's 70 degrees. This way it started the other day, and then it finally started getting. You have to see my breath. Weird. Ah, get it. Ah, there's, yeah. You guys probably think I'm a little nuts too. Could have caught about 4 or 5 by now. So one dink really doesn't. Oh, may switch over to that black and purple one. My black and magenta. I'm going to switch colors and see what happens. Sometimes you just gotta dial it in a little bit. That's what you gotta do. Just dial it in. You know what? It's really shallow here. I want to try that square bill because I'm casting in like 12 inches of water. So this right here is a black and magenta that I painted. On top bottom is magenta, black sides on a wake bait. So and you're thinking, Mike, why did you do that? I go, because the color is a proven color combination on a wake bait. Don't ask me why. What fish looks like that? I don't know. So we're just going to work the shoreline here. These guys are putting the air in their sups. This is a good piece of coastline here for smallmouth. I love the action on these baits, man. I mean, just really good. Critter over there. Maybe a critter over there. Silly fish. Oh, 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 oh. Slight off on my cast. There we go. Kind of like floating it over the dock. And as my boat comes around, I get the side of the dock. But it bounce, bounce, bounce right over the dock. Now they're putting away. They're going home. It's the weekend's over. Good morning. All done for the weekend? What a bummer. Yes, there's fish there. Right along the shoreline. Nice little cubby right here. This little hole. Perfect. And one jumped right before it landed. There's a little guy. Little finger. Nope, didn't hit it. Let's try it again. He was a little, maybe smarter than this. Oh, there he goes. He jumped on it right when I touched the motor. Broke surface. It was just, again, He's probably 5 inches. He really big. Let's try one more time over there in that hole. Let's see if we can get Mama or Papa instead of these babies. This bigger bait usually will cater to a larger fish. It's a great bait. I mean, it will not pop out of the surface. You can reel it in any speed you want, and it'll do its job. Rope on their toy, which might foul my engine. I don't know. Let's see. They just think it's their own private pool, you know. They've all their toys up here. Like I said, I don't like that. Clean up after yourself every day. I don't like it at all. See the rope in front of me, so it should be good. Some rope right there. I want to catch with my lure. Oh, oh, there we go. There we go. He hit it twice. He hit it twice. Oh, I missed it. There's one right there. Let's see. Let's see. Under that tree by those little buoys. I'm not going to see it. I missed him. He hit it twice, and I didn't set the hook well. So like about a half pounder for a smallie. That's fun, and I'm on an ultralight. Coming around the stern. Yeah, you helping one's hiding under there. We're gonna try that spot again. See if that fish is working, living in that area. Come around this guy buoy, anchor buoy. Like I said, I don't like people just leave their toys out here. You know, just trying to slip. Right? Just slip. You're paying $18 a day. Give me a break. Not very much. Parking your boat? We're almost to Aspen Point. We're going to give up on the smallies. And we're going to motor over across the lake. And we're going to work for largemouth. You just can't ignore the small. coming into a largemouth areas, crossover and environments here. Oh, there's a little pop-up, little baby. Did you see it? Little blow up? It was a little baby thought he had, you know. Let's see if we can get some bigger over here. Come on. 1 pounder would be just great. Small. They are so much fun. This black and purple works really good, guys. And I just dropped a few of them off at the store. So there's 3 of them, I think, for sale in the store. In fact, all these baits I'm using today are available in the store, in the marina here. I just dropped them off. So, uh, you know, I left it up to Joel to put them in the store or not. If not, whatever he doesn't put in the store, I'll sell personally. So whatever he doesn't put in the store. But they put some great baits in the store today, and yes, they will work. They will work. Just learn the bait. Okay, we're coming around. This is Aspen Point right here. This is where we get into some more largemouths, and this is actually a pretty good little spot to be in a boat. We got sort of a 3-tiered ambush area right here. Look at all the fingerlings are jumping out here. All the babies are all breaking surface out here. This is large area here. We're gonna head out here into the lake and head across to my first lunker spot. Oh, there we go. We got one. He was good size. He's good size, guys. Oh, he's good. He's good. Oh, he's a good largemouth. Oh, we're going to let him run a little bit. Remember, using an ultralight right now, and he is very pretty. He's about a 2 pounder, 2.5 pound. Just going to keep the line tight and bring him over to the net, and boom. That's a good 2.5 pounder. All right. Slack here. And on an ultralight, guys, that is a fun blow up. Now we got to remove the hooks without hooking yourself. That is a very pretty fish right there. That's 2.5 pounds easy. So give him a big kiss, nice bucket mouth to him. So our first good one today. Boom. And yes, we caught on one of my new baits that you can buy in the store today. You are pretty. All right, come on. And there he goes. I love that about largemouth bass. I mean, bass you can take out of the water for a little bit. They don't shock easy like trout do. Let's get this lure unhooked. That's a good catch. So we had to let him run because remember we were working on really light line right now and a very fast tip on a very small rod. So and and we did that on one of my new baits. So really, really good. So that was a good catch. See, I just got my shirt. Let's see. Oh, hey, Timmy and Oregon Magnet Man. It is a beautiful morning. So, all right. Let's see if we can get another one over here. I told you around this point right here, it has a three-tiered step down. And the bass love the ambushing over here. This is a good spot. So, really good spot. I mean, but that's about as big as you're going to catch over here. Although I did catch that 27-inch German brown here last year. Um, that was fun, guys. Nice sized bass. On my ultralight. So the best rod you can catch a big bass like that on, I did it. You just had to let him run a couple of times. Very nice. And again, this bait is going to be available in the store here at the marina at Lake of the Woods. And we're going to try the beast as we troll. We're going to troll the beast across. And the beast I troll on my trolling motor on a 2, which gives me about 1.3 pounds or miles per hour. You can see all the babies jumping, breaking surface. Again, I know it's weird, but we're in a post spawn right now. And those babies just were born about a month ago. And so this lake was frozen into June. So we had a very late spawn. We had a very cold winter. All right, so we're going to take the beast. We're going to retire this guy for the moment. Again, it seems weird that black and purple work so well, but and purple works so well. So we're going to this is the beast. It's a 7.5-inch wake bait. I painted this one in a shad design. So I did give it some blues, yellows, and greens with a triple spot pattern on the side. Um, so that's what it looks like. And we're going to troll this at about 1.3 miles an hour. And that will make it ride right on top of the water and splash its tail. The tail's just, it's got a dorsal fin on the tail that really allows for splashing. Now, I have caught fish smaller than the bait, but typically bigger fish are going to hit this thing. And I just want to make sure the bait stays on top of the water. Now, Tony at No Redemption Outdoors, I sent him one of these. So you can buy $100 will buy you a custom box, at least 9 baits in it, including one large one. And this time of year, half the baits are probably on the top water side. Um, I do put a finesse bait in there for you for your ultralights, catch crappie, stuff like that, bluegill, panfish. So we're going to head straight across the lake here. I'm going to wait for a blow up here. And we're just sort of cruising here. And we are at 1.4 miles per hour, which it seems to be working real good. Again, I can make this bait dive, and I have to keep an eye out for eagles because they'll dive on this bait. The eagles will. We have a lot of ospreys and a couple pairs of bald eagles that have just fledged their young here, and just gonna run this thing across. Might hit the lily pads. Use the rod, that I have laying down. But we're gonna hit before we hit lily pads. We're gonna hit the slinker spot. Just enjoy. Fishing is very suspenseful. You really don't know when it's coming. You gotta expect it's coming all the time and get ready. Keep your rod tip about, you know, uh, what is this, about 2 o'clock? If you're to look on a dial this way, this is about 2 o'clock. And when you get a hit, this gives you enough time, enough pull to set that hook hard. If you had the tip too far up, and I made that mistake on Monday, I had a big lunker hit it. Definitely would have been a personal best. I had my tip too far up, and I pulled it way back behind my head in order to set the hook, and it just wasn't hard enough set. So one thing about topwater fishing, you almost have to wait a half a breath in order to set your hooks. I mean, your instinct is do it immediately, but you really want to set that hook hard right into its lip. And give it a couple pops so it splashes, so it can make a little bit more noise. Now this particular beast bait has a knocker in it, so it is making noise. I'm going to trail it farther behind it. And I'm keeping an eye on my fish finder here too. And hopefully, it's only 9 feet deep here, so you're really not getting. I could put it on side imaging, but uh, seeing a fish on a side imaging is very difficult. And there's not a lot of um, cover out here. So the bass do move to open water as the summer progresses. So, the water's warming up, and it's gone up 1 degree since we've gotten here. We've only been here an hour. Now listen for those eagles. Look at the cloud over Mount McLaughlin. Look at that. That is a very cool cloud formation over Mount McLaughlin. Look at that. That is so cool. That is such a cool cloud formation. That is very cool. Still nothing on the radar, but we're not really at my spot yet. We probably have 400 yards. Yeah, at 1.3 miles an hour. do a couple popsies there. I mean, you really can't see the fish finder from that angle, but there's a couple little fish down there. Probably perch. A lot of perch. This bait is bigger than any perch in my lake. So I don't have to worry about it. Plus, it's got little mouths. These are size 2 hooks I have put on this bait. Looks like a couple employees over there on the far shore. I want to be off to the races here. Yeah, that'll be good. Big baits, big fish. Most of the time. This is a 7.5-inch wake bait. Shad color. Now the other one, I've been catching them on. It's the same color that I sent over to Tony. A little green. This is very silver with colors, with yellow, blue, and greens in it. Spot pattern on the side. There's 4 spots. Descending in size. We still got a few hundred yards. We're about dead center. We can get about 2/3 of the way across. But again, you just don't know. That's why we're working this area. Always put a line in the water. If you're in a rush, you're doing it wrong. You just gotta kick back and relax. Let the fish come to you sometimes. We caught a nice 2.5-pounder. That was a fun fish on my ultralight. So in my boat, what we got is an ultralight, a light, a medium light, a medium, and a medium heavy. This is a medium heavy. So we basically I got every rod from medium heavy down in my boat. I love ultralight fishing. I would love to catch a lunker on my ultralight rod like that 2.5-pounder, but you can't cast this giant bait on it would snap the rod. Now we just passed a good sized fish. So we're going to pop this wake lure a little bit as it travels to that fish. Hopefully he'll pop up. Okay, now we're coming into some more fish. About a 1.5-pounder. And 1.3, 1.4 miles an hour is really good for this particular bait. We're at 1.37 right now, 1.34, etc. Again, radar is only good, I mean, we're only in 9 feet of water, so we're not picking up a large area underneath us because it's conical, and it's just not deep enough for you to get a large area. Yeah. He's a bass guy. He's headed over to the West Shore. little faster. Get it a little more action now coming into go. I want him to die. Okay, we're coming into that area that I like. So there's a bald eagle over there in the lily pads. He's big. They are very big. Okay, we're just starting to see some vegetation below us. Fish finder seeing it. I'm seeing it. We have about 10 feet of clarity in the water. A little cloudier than I'm used to, but just the way it is. A couple pops as we come over the vegetation. Where there's grass, there's bass, guys. So yeah, that guy's working that area, but now some of this vegetation is brown. You really want to look for green vegetation because the green vegetation, photosynthesis, it produces more oxygen. The fish like, green. See, now we just passed brown, but now we're getting into sort of a mix between brown and green in the vegetation. So this is usually where we're going to find more fish as the vegetation in the water is more green. Again, it oxygenates the water better. So now we're leaving the brown. We're coming into the green area of the vegetation. And again, that's what you're looking for when you're out fishing. You want that greenness. There's a lot of good green underneath us um, with sparse brown. Always check your drag. Make sure that it's tight. This is 50-pound test, so not too worried. When you're fishing this, you know, with a strong rod, you really don't have to worry. Just setting the hook and pulling them in. Yeah, we're going to sort of turn off the motor here. We're going to work this area here. And keep your tip down so you can load up on a hook set. Again, you want to give yourself a good pull on that hook set. We're going to took some guys out on last Friday, and his buddy didn't look behind him and hooked him pretty good past the barb. There is a trick about removing hooks from your skin by using fishing line. Just use the fishing line around the hook itself and pull real quick. It pulls the hook out the way it goes in without ripping your skin with the barb. Um, Most of the time, you don't even feel the hook coming out. It's actually that good of a technique. And so he, uh, he looked at me and goes, Mike, you know how to remove a hook? I go, huh, yeah, I know how to remove a hook. No problem. And sure enough, he didn't feel it. He didn't feel it at all. It wasn't much of a bleeder either. Me, I bleed like a faucet, man. I'm on blood thinners. So I'm casting out here. And that big fish coming in, that's my bait. I really wanted to make a commotion up on the water surface. Bassett hit this, blow up. There's a little one that popped up to the right. A couple employees coming in. That's the employee living area on that side of the lake. Bald eagle moved away. This is a lily pad area. This is actually the mouth of a creek, dry creek. It wasn't dry this year. I actually took my boat up it. Really great. Never done that before. It scared the crap out of a beaver. He wasn't used to visitors, that's for sure. We're going to work these lily pads too with my other rod. Now that we're coming over to them, but not just yet. We're going to work the wake bait around the edge. See if you can't get a lunker to come out. There's the bald eagle. Gotta watch him though. He'll dive on my bait. Look at the employees paddling through all the greenery. Yes, that's not a map. This thing is just really is. This is one of the best blanks I've ever painted. I mean, it just has so much action and noise to it. That's what you want. What the heck is that? Something rusted out. Okay, we're gonna go right in between here. See if we can't pull one out. And then we're gonna go top water over the over the. I'm gonna break out my frog. I have a rod set up with a frog, so. All right, put the beast away for now, and we'll break out the frog. All right, get the frog out.
How you doing?
Morning, how are you? Yeah, man. All right, let's try this. So now one thing about fishing lily pads, Remember I told there we just had a blow up right there, just a little guy, probably half a pound. So when they hit this, you gotta let them dive for it. You gotta avoid all your instincts to set that hook right on the blow up. And when you jerk it across like this, let that slack happen because that slack is important to set the hook on a busting when a bass breaks surface. But there's some little guys in here, but I've caught 2 or 3 pounders out of here before, so we'll see if we can't get one to pop out. Oop, we had a backlash. Not bad. Yeah, good. We're just gonna walk this soft plastic. This is a toad thumper. Toad thumpers give me better hookup ratios than any other hollow body I've ever worked with. We're just this is a walking one. It doesn't pop, so you're gonna walk it on top. And again, if we had a bust up, we need to give that fish a little bit of slack. Give him some slack and let him dive with it. That's what you got to do. But it goes against every instinct in your body. You want to set that hook right when you see the blow up. And there's a rhythm to top water fishing when you're doing lily pads. And once you got the rhythm down, oh, so much fun. It is so much fun because topwater fishing gives you a show. Like that nice bass we caught earlier. That was a fun show. Hope you guys enjoyed that, especially on an ultralight rod. Now this one, usually, we're at 5 feet deep with vegetation on the surface. It's actually pretty deep. Usually you like to see about 2 feet, 3 feet, but this is 5 feet deep. We're just walking this on top. And this is a black and chartreuse, probably my most successful frog. I know, wet frogs look like black, but then again, what fish look like black and purple? And we caught that nice bass on that black and purple bait earlier. They just are hitting things they've never seen before. Secret to fishing is just annoy the crap out of fish, and then they'll just hit it because they're annoyed by it. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, shoot. I thought I waited. Oh, I lost him. I lost him. Dang, he was good. All right, let's see if he's still there. Oh, I had him. I let him dive too. All right, let's try it again. Damn, that was a fun blow up. Hopefully, you guys saw that. And again, leave your rod in front of you at about 2 o'clock so you can load up on the set. Let him have the slack and then set the hook hard. There he goes. There he goes. Oh, come on. Come on. He's still there. He's still there. Let's see if we can get his attention. All right. Anyway, always tie your baits on when you're doing. Don't use snap swivels or anything. There he goes. That was just a little. That was just a little. He was probably about a third of a pound. Not the same one that I blew up on earlier. And we got a few of them right here. See if we can't get that big one again. Bass are smart. Can't catch the same bass twice. That's why you have to switch your baits off a little bit. We might go to a popper. Oh, there he goes. Oh, dang it. He followed it right to the edge. All right. He's still hitting it. He's still hitting it, guys. We might get a decent one here. I don't know. That looked like about a 1 pounder, though. There he goes. You see him sitting there? Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm doing a live broadcast on my YouTube channel, so
Yeah, I put that together just a minute ago.
yeah, I don't always talk to myself. I kind of do.
You know, in Texas, they say it's okay to talk to yourself. It's even acceptable to answer yourself. But the time you got to start worrying is when you say, huh.
Uh-huh. We got a couple right here. There's about a 2 pounder and a 1 pounder and a half pound. There's just some.
Largemouth?
Yeah, these are all largemouth. That's what you're going to catch on this side of the lake. And there's some smallies over here, even the rocky areas, but in the lily pads, I've never caught a smallie out of a lily pad. So these are all large. There. Oh, dang it.
I heard him.
He didn't hit it and he didn't swallow it.
No.
Oh, but he hit the surface nicely. So he's still there. Let's see if we can't get him.
These are frogs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a toad thumper. The best frogs I've ever used. This is a black and chartreuse.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a frog, but they like it. You're drifting in.
Let me get out of your way, man. Sorry about that.
Don't worry. He ain't going nowhere.
No, he likes that cover.
Yeah, he does.
Sounded like a little one.
Yeah, he was about a half pounder that hit it. That first blow up was maybe a 1.5, 2 pounder.
You go up in that creek yet?
I did, yeah, earlier in the year. It was still too early. I mean, this lake was frozen up until last month. We had a very late spawn. Yes, all the way across. There's a drop off on these rocks right here that the bass enjoy. So a lot of times you can catch them real close to shore, these largemouths, because of the ambush area that this has created. We're going to run right along the side here. This is a really good spot right here. Right here. Right there. Watch. I'm going to come right along the side. There's a great ambush spot for the large. I want to hit the motor a bit, but I don't want to have my hands leave my rod. Good ambush spot. Right along here again. A lot of small ones in here right now, but where there's one, there's two. You can come over here. This little guy, come on. I'm gonna walk it a little fast. I'm gonna go to there's one tree down here that I hooked that long. It's huge. We're gonna see if he'll bite again, but with a different. All right. Love these baits. All right. Put that guy down. I'm gonna break out the black and purple. And we're back to the ultralight. And we catch some 1 pounders around the stock. But we're gonna go over to some of this heavy cover. And I'm gonna break out the beast. And we'll see if we can't get something on the beast. There he goes. Look at that. See? And this is what we call a sardine. Another dink. Another dink. Give him a kiss. Give him a kiss. Off he goes. Grow up. All right. We're going to come over here and see if we can't. A lot of guys, they love to fish the Boy Scout area over here. You do catch a lot of fish over here. You just, you got to get a little farther down in order to get the bigger ones. And again, we are working all top water today. Because our lake is 71 degrees and it is just good for top water. Real good for top water. When we clear out these trees, like the brown ones, we'll trim them up and then fall them. And sometimes we'll just let them fall into the lake. And so we have a lot of trees that we dropped into the lake over on this side of the lake. I really enjoy the ones that are trimmed up. That means the boys did a good job. But one bass we caught last week, it's like he went right down into the branches. He was smart. One thing about fishing ultralight, you really can't force them to do anything that they, initially, you can't really pull them up. It's not like 50-pound test line or 20-pound test line. This is 4 and 6 pound test. So we gotta let them run. And hopefully they don't break our line off on a lot of this cover. We're gonna cast this a couple more times and we'll break out the beast. Cast it underneath that pine tree that's leaning over the lake. Shooting for that area right there, and boom. Perfect. And pull it in, see if we can't get anything that breaks surface. All right, we'll break out the beast. Let's see what we can do with the beast. And this guy's done a pretty good job today, so we ain't giving up on him. We'll bring him back. We know breaking out the beast. Again, new paint design on this. Drop it right there. We're gonna run this guy and see if we can't get something out from under the cover. Again, keep your rod tip down so you can load up on the hook set. Not keep your rod tip too far up, or you're gonna miss the hook set. Keep the butt in your gut. So you got some leverage. You got to get ready. Just in case they hit it. Set it. As we move down the shoreline, we start getting into some pretty sweet spots. You get bait, drop shot, or something like that, a twig, um, going for the show. We want the blow up today. Going for the show. Yes. A lot of branches. So fortunately, with this strong rod, coming over to a good area here. Work this area for a few minutes. hits it, we got to keep them up above the tree. Oop. Oh, whew, thought I hit a branch. Your tip down, load up. Right over this tree right here. This is a big. If we go to the purple bait, probably we'll catch something smaller. Chance of losing the bait. I thought I overshot. Spot. Rainbow trout one. So we're going to switch this out. We'll see if switching species from shad to rainbow helps. Rainbow is a natural, well, not natural. Rainbows are not natural to this lake, but we have a lot of them because they stock it like crazy. Yeah, it's a good looking bait. I have one more blank of these that I haven't painted yet. I'm waiting for some new clear coat. $50 bait. Well worth it in my opinion. Heavy lobster. You want to keep your tip. I always, that's my drawback. I keep the tip down. Load up on it. Tree here I want to work. You got to blow up here. We got to keep them up on top. Because of this tree. Always work your cast. Even if it's not in the perfect spot. Just don't cast between those two threes. Like that right now. Just like there. These two trees work 2 for 1. You only want to catch a lunker over here, guys. We'll catch a lot of fish today. I don't worry about that. Right now, we're going for a personal best. What we're going for. We're not going for just this 2-1. Definitely. You're here. Tony, if you're watching this, you love this bit. You love this bit. And if you guys buy $100 box from me, you might just get one of these baits. It is painter's choice. But topwater's going so good in the country right now. You're going to get a lot of topwater baits, that's for sure. That's a big bait. But these baits have caught a lot of big fish. So these bass over here, they can get up to 10 pounds. Smallmouth. This is a natural bass lake. The trout are all stocked, planted. They don't breed in this lake. But the bass, they breed like crazy in this lake. Good tree right. to my other sweet spot yet. Good spot. Yeah, a lot of people do come here for trout. And we have some nice size trout. I told you, last year I got that 27-inch German brown fish. Uh, there. Not bad. A little afraid to go with my ultralight over here because it's so much cover. See if we can catch one real quick for you guys. And we're going to put this guy away for a moment. Probably catch a 1 or 2 pounder with this. It'll be more fun because ultralight. If you can get a smaller bass. We really are thinning out our options today with throwing a 7.5. Yes, yeah, you guys still with me. Look at the screen every once in a while, make sure we haven't lost signal. And we could go with that square bill over here. This is a good drop off here. Could try that square bill over here. Give that a shot after we pull this in. Work this cast. I want to catch something on that square bill. We've already caught a nice bass on this. So this is a new bait. We work this fairly slow because of the branches underneath the water. And I want it to bounce off. Really. And it's got really good action, even at a fish rate. So it'll be interesting. This is a different type of technique. It does look good in the water. The yellow and black sort of roll on themselves, flashes. Gave it a white belly, so actually quite a bit of flashing this particular lure does then. Now we're coming into a good smallmouth area too, so another reason why I wanted to switch over to this. Smallmouths love this pattern. Don't be surprised if you pull up a smallmouth. It's weird, but it's a shared area between small and largemouths here. Usually see them sharing. Well, actually, we got about 100 yards of a sweet spot here. I enjoy fishing. Yeah, it's very happy with the way this bait looks in the water. Seeing if a trout will hit it or something like that. Or something. Maybe a rainbow. I mean, a German brown on a light rod. That'd be fun. We'd have to let that baby almost spool me. Get spooled by a fish today. So we're headed over to an area on this lake where the sunset campgrounds are. And that's kind of Rainbow Bay is fairly sheltered from the wind. So it'll allow me to relax a little bit and still stay with some top water fishing. So let's see how that works out. See how it works out. Man, we're scooting, for my boat, 3.5 miles an hour. It's about top speed, but it's about 4 miles. All depends if we've got tailwind or less wind. You want to slow down on the trolling motor a bit, drop it down. There's a big difference between 4 and 5 trolling. Don't have to be wide. Should have a 4.5. Should be a little bit more closer, but anyway, we'll see. You see, this is when at the end of the day, when the lake is this rough, then you don't have your land lakes yet. You're kind of wobbly when you get on. Now, I will tell you, I am using these new Cal boots, KL, KAL, and again, I didn't have time this morning to do a video of it, so tomorrow morning I'll do some footage and we'll edit it next week. Uh, I have a whole weekend in these boots, which would be really nice. And they're surprisingly comfortable. And they're rubber and neoprene, so they're a dry boot. And don't ask me how much they cost. I have no idea. But they sent me these to do a review. So far, I really like them. I mean, I don't know how much boots like this cost. I really don't. I've never owned a pair of boots like this. Uh, but they're really good. And they have a kickoff tab on them. So you're not using the sole, hooking it with the sole to kick off your boot. So they come off real easy. And for a fat guy, that's really important. I can't bend down. I headed over to these buoys on Sunset Point. Double check that rod, make sure it's still secure. Now, sometimes on a lipless out here, I might catch a smallmouth. No, I've got some large smallmouth. I think my biggest smallmouth I caught out here.
it was about 4 pounds. So that's a big old smallmouth. And what a fight. Boy, I am on a square foot. We do have my scale. I do have my measuring. So if we do get something that I think is a personal best or close to it, we'll measure it and weigh it. Oh, weigh it. Unless it's a trout, then we'll measure it. I have my measuring stick. Yeah, good old wind really kicked up quick, didn't it? It's nice and quiet, serene, and it's all white capping out here, which will keep boats off the lake. Yeah, just a few other fishermen. You're wondering the depth of this lake. The deepest I've ever seen is 56 feet. We're 47 feet right now. The average depth of this lake is 17 feet because we have three very large flat plateaus on this lake, which is great for bass, which we're headed to. Uh, but we got to go over the deep part where the trout and the kokanee salmon are. So usually when I see things suspended, um, right now there's a school of trout below me, and then deeper, about 40, 45 feet would be the salmon. I really like that cold water. Um, and the trout are about 20 to 30 feet down. So top of my boat wet. Look at these waves. Kind of take this long way. I've been thinking if I get an 86-pound thrust motor, but that would require a double 12-volt battery. So I would actually put my batteries forward to balance the weight of the boat, and then run a long 12-volt back. Uh, that would run me about $600 to upgrade another lithium-ion batteries and run it in series, and then a stronger motor. Uh, yeah, I thought about going with oh, a gas motor, 4-stroke, but they're loud, and not all lakes allow gas motors that I like to fish at. So the electric motor is nicer. Um, and an 86-pound thrust is like a 2 horsepower motor almost, and that's about what I would put on this. The fuel batteries were about 50 pounds. That's 25 pounds for one of these 100 amp hour batteries. I'm just wondering how much draw, how long will 100 amp hours last, with an 86-pound thrust? Would I have to go with, 200 amp hours, for a total of 400? Woo, boy, this wind. It's white capping, guys. We be white capping out here. We're getting close to Rainbow Bay here. Then we'll break out the beast again, I think, depending on the water out here. We're running this poor little motor full out. So ah, I'd be a short fish today, unfortunately. We'll stay in Rainbow Bay. We'll catch some 1 and 2 pounders out there. Again, it's fairly sheltered from the wind over here to my left. So, but we're going to out to these buoys here. We're going to work our way in. There's some good spots out here at the buoys. So we're just going to go over here and work our way in. And with the tailwind, we won't be using much battery power at all. We'll just put it on a 1 or 2. Get a nice bass over here. We're at 13 feet depth, so we're gonna reel this guy in, and I'm gonna break out the purple guy. We're gonna work the short one right up there. So we're at 12 feet. We are going to come over here to buoys. Fish a lake long enough, you learn sort of the hot spots. Although the west side hasn't done very well for me this year, except for the big hits. I was really hoping for a big one over there, but we didn't get it. We actually had our big one at Aspen. No figure. Usually there is about half that size. So and a father and son fishing off their dock over here. So we're just going over almost to the turn point here. So we'll work the shoreline. Okay, cut that engine down to a dull roar. Save our battery too. Now, I'm gonna work top water right over here. Still pretty choppy over here. Top water's still working pretty good. Still. White cabin over here. There's good vegetation here. And then we're going to get our rocky here on the other side of here. Dock for small. Now feel the difference. Different part of the lake all together. Breeze. Nice little windbreak. Nice little wind. There we go. We got one. Here we go. Oh, I lost. Dang it. That's right. It's about a quarter pounder with cheese. You can do it. No, fall in. I'm videotaping. We need a video.
He was crying before.
You're doing okay. Got a lifeguard on the other side of the dock for you. But if you guys stay in this bay, it's not so windy.
Yeah. Not out here.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, these trees offer a nice little windbreak.
Yeah.
Still with me? Yeah, good. Still with me. See any fish? You see any fish? No? Well, if you do, tell me. I love it. I had to come over to this bay because of the wind out there. Oh, oh, stupid, stupid, stupid. I messed up my lure, but he was just a little. Somebody's cooking, making a lot of smoke. Smell breakfast. Oh, there we go, little guy. Ah, that's a ding. There you guys go. Kiss. Tell him to grow up. Little largemouth. I didn't expect this one. See if we can get a bigger one. They have campfires, should be illegal. We're in an extreme stage right now. Too extreme is illegal campfires. Somebody's got a campfire going. They are forbidden. Last thing we want is this resort. I'll hit the lily pads when we get over to them. See what we can do over there. We have some nice blow ups on the other one, but not. Channel is called Terrible at Fishing. Watch out for that rope. Got a rope. Boat ashore. Blowing me in a bit. Everybody's got their toys all lined up on the beach. Sea Eagle canoe. Second one I've seen today on the shore. You want to ask? Oh, there we go. We got one right there in front of us. Another, I don't know, quarter pounder. Ah, there we go. Another quarter pounder. Bigger than the last one. And the last one was bigger than the one before that. So we're working our way up. Give him a kiss. Tell him to grow up. Aye, what's coming in? In Rainbow Bay here, I don't catch much. You know, I've never got a beast here. I've seen beasts here. In a 6-pounder here. Only because my buddy caught it while bringing in a trout, and the stupid bass hit the trout that was on his hook. So it's sort of like an happenstance catch. The 6-pounder. It's pretty cool. It's like one of those cartoons where the fish eat the fish, eat the fish, eat the fish. That's what it was like. Oh, there's a little guy trying to get it. see where the bait is. Hopefully you see the blow up. Hopefully, yep. This is one of my new lures that I painted. So seems to be doing pretty good. And we got a little current here. This lake cannot make up its mind when it comes to wind direction. You know, sailing in this lake is not an easy job. You've got to be ready that when you're going downwind to be able to tack. You know, you never put out a spinnaker. It's just a bad idea. Always work your jib and your mainsail. Oh, that was a horrible cast, right? Terrible cast. Finger thumb came off the spool and oh, it's terrible. And with the wind, thumb your spool on a bait caster. Really got to keep your thumb on it. Feel it start to backlash. Put a little pressure on it. Your thumb is your best brake on a bait caster. More boats on the side of the lake this year than I've ever seen. one of our pontoon boats over there.
In
The lily pads. Yeah. Those people are stupid. They have no idea the depths. Typically lily pads are 2 to 3 feet. That's too much, too shallow for a big pontoon boat. Fortunately, the lily pads are deeper this year, but still. Shouldn't be over there. You're way too close to shore. You're breaking the rules. Yeah. It's like the swimming area, markers, mud. Yeah, we're getting the wind again. Not working because the wind shifted. That's what happens. It's like, it does this. Keeping, I mean, like I said, sailing at this lake is just a pain in the butt. Anchor over there by the lily pads. Dangerous cast. Casting into the wind bait caster is just a bad idea. To step up on your got some okay sized ones over in this area here. We're just gonna let the wind push us and let that top water wake bait work itself. I hope that's not one of our boats. almost to the lily pads. Anchor at the top of the lily pads there. Where it goes. Sometimes the top water right here, just along the edge of the lily pads, works really, really well. It lasts that weekend. Let's cast it towards the lily pads. See if we can get something to jump out right at the very edge. Perfect. Right. What's going on? All right, good. So, lily pads. Lily pads. See if we can't get something on this. Ah. Guys, look out there. That anchor catches on something. It's windy. An anchor change helps a lot. One going there. Paddling out in the wind, pain in the rear. This wind is something else. This motor does not chew up weeds. That was a beautiful day. Now it's wind and fishing. It's not good.
Really. Let's put the wind to our back. Wind's picking up again. We are drifting. So don't drift in there. Okay. Let's try the top water along the edge here. That was working real good the other day. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. There we go. Good, 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 good. Just don't drift me too much closer. Oh. Goodness, this wind is so tough when you're trying to maintain a spot. You know, I don't have spot lock. Spot lock would be good about now. Sure would. Oh, I'm in the weeds. Oh, good. I got it. We're straight in front of the boat. No, 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 no. Ah, good. It's flying away in front of me. Ah, we have to come into it. I think this is getting really tight. Got my motor on just to hold us in spot. Bald eagle over there. We'll try to keep you in the frame. Two bald eagles up there. All right, guys, I'm going to pull this in and resituate me. I'm going to end the video right now. So I want to thank you guys for joining me this morning. I appreciate it. Always do. All right. We'll see you guys later.